Look, I love NBA 2K. I've been playing this game for more than half my life. I'm 27 now. I started back with NBA 2K6 when I was just 13 and had no hair on my balls. Well, I don't have any hair down there right now, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that this year's game, it's caused a whole lot of controversy, and I'm gonna talk about the reality of the situation with NBA 2K20. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and hopefully I make this shot. If I do, make sure you smack the like button. And if I miss, please don't dislike it, please. Well, that was the biggest brick I could have ever done, but here we go, back at it yet again with another video. G'day guys, I'm Champ Chong, and this video is all about NBA 2K20 and if it's worth buying. Now, I'm not going to just bash the game in this video. Now, clearly there's obviously some things that need to be fixed in NBA 2K20, but it's actually an alright game. If you don't know, I've done videos like this in the past where I title them, is this worth buying? I've done it with other games, I think with some consoles here and there. I'll probably throw them up on screen right now just so you guys can see that I've done these videos in the past, not just a one-off. I'm not just jumping on this fix NBA 2K20 hype train. I usually do this with things that I'm really passionate about. If I get a game early or something like that, I'll jump in on that. But I didn't get this game early. I got it on release because I was actually in China for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, and I got it like the day later. Technically, I didn't play it until the day later. So it took me like an extra day sort of to do this, but NBA 2K20 has been out for a week now, and I thought I've had enough time to really get into this game. I didn't want to just jump on it right away like a lot of people have done in the community. After playing the game for like 24 or 48 hours, they start bashing the game because it's not 2K19, even though they wanted changes from 2K19. But I'm not going to get into the controversy too much, but I obviously will bring up some key points in this video. And just before I even get into all these key points in the video, I always do this in these videos. Is the game worth buying? I'm gonna say it really quickly. Yes, the game is worth buying. I think it's a good game overall. It takes a while to get used to, but I'm gonna explain in this video why I think it's actually worth buying. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what people's reaction to my reaction to the game is, because let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of NBA 2K20 so far, if you've been playing it. If you haven't played it, what are your thoughts on what you've seen online so far, because it doesn't look favorable for 2K20 so far. Also, just really quickly, if you guys want more 2K content from me, it'll be over on my second channel, Champ Hoops. I've just kind of relaunched it, and it used to be my gameplay channel, and I've got a video up there showing off some custom Air Force Ones that are the NBA 2K20 Vice editions. So yeah, Miami Vice. It looks pretty cool. Go check that out. Links in the description. It's Champ Hoops. Pretty simple. And yeah, let's talk about NBA 2K20. So the thing is, this game, it's only been out for a week now, and I think about 24 to 48 hours in, people just started going completely nuts. Obviously, there were some clear things that were broken with the game, like playing My Career and not seeing your name on the back of your jersey. Like, what was that? And it actually took quite a while for them to fix that, but that was a minor thing. It came down to gameplay things, and then obviously some connection issues here and there. A lot of people getting disconnected. I knew friends that were playing, they'd get 20 rebounds in a rec game and get kicked, and that didn't make any sense. There were just things that seemed like they shouldn't have been in the game, or this game shouldn't have been shipped the way it was, and it was just annoying the hell out of everybody, and that's why that fix 2K20 hashtag trended worldwide, and it was completely deserved. But what I'm going to say here is that even though the game definitely needs to be fixed in some certain aspects, I feel like a lot of people also overreacted with NBA 2K20's launch, because a lot of people were complaining about the game speed and just the way you play and like passing and all this stuff. And I'm guilty of it myself. I complained about some of the stuff, and I was trying to rush through the game playing online. And then I realized it wasn't just my terrible gameplay and getting used to it. It was also the fact that I was playing on Wi-Fi, and then I asked a few other people that were also having a problem. They were playing on Wi-Fi too, so apparently this game doesn't run well if you have your console on Wi-Fi. You pretty much need to have an Ethernet cable just to even get your shots timed perfectly, because then the latency is just going to kill you. And that goes for past 2Ks too, but I feel like this one specifically is just going to punish the hell out of you. But the thing is, a lot of people were complaining about the gameplay, the game speed, and things like that, like really early on, and it doesn't work that way, guys. Like, one thing I have to mention is the game, you have to get used to the gameplay. It's not 2K19. A lot of people were like, hey, why isn't this playing like 2K19? Why can't I cheese with a stretch big? Like, because it's not 2K19. It's clearly 2K20, and a lot of people that were complaining about aspects of 2K19 and how cheesy the game was last year were also now complaining about how it's not as cheesy as last year, and it just doesn't seem like, it just seems ridiculous to do that. Like, 2 days into it, they were spamming the developers to change things. It did my head in, because I was like, there's so much that goes into a game and developing it, and these 9-year-olds are all like screaming. But obviously there were some adults and some teenagers and whatnot that were also like, you need to change things. And a lot of the things that people want to change, it made sense, but at the same time, some things just was like, don't change this, because you can't just change a game every single day. It's gonna mess everything up, and nobody will ever get used to it, and nobody's ever gonna have any fun. But anyway, before I dive really deep into gameplay and things like that, I want to quickly touch on the story of my career. This is something I was actually disappointed with, personally. Like, it's probably the most disappointing thing for me. Like, this game, still pretty good overall as a game, especially with like having your character and everything, or your player, I should say. But they hyped up the story and the actors like Idris Elba and Rosario Dawson and like the rest of the cast, and I was expecting something grand, something amazing, and it just felt a little lackluster because I wasn't even recording. I don't have my gameplay for the story. I'm gonna have to literally go back, maybe restart it somehow, because I sat on the couch because I was just chilling. I literally had just gotten back from China, and I started playing 2K20, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting straight into the story. I have to create my character. And I was like, where's my name? But then I also was just playing. I was like, the story's all right. Like, it could be better. Idris Elba's a bit of a, like, he's a great actor, but he just didn't, the performance, I don't know, just didn't feel all that great. Even Rosario Dawson, she's just popped in at parts. I thought she was gonna have a major role in the video, in the story, I should say. But then it just ended. Like, I was on the couch for 3, maybe 4 hours. Let me know how quick you guys finished this, because I was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden it was over. Like, I Instagrammed storied me kind of just laughing like, ha, it's over. Like, I was joking. I thought it was like something like, maybe it was a prelude of the story or something. And then it was done. And I was just like, what? Because I didn't realize it was really done until I kept playing games. And I was like, nothing's really advancing. I'm just playing games like every single year. There's obviously some gameplay, I mean, story elements throughout the gameplay and everything, like throughout the season. Like, oh, you go to this office and sign a deal with this brand. And that was like, okay, I've seen this before. It's cool. Like, it's awesome that that's in there. They've got all these cool places that you can go to, like cool little level designs, or I should say like settings. And it was cool and all, but it just felt like they hyped up a story and then it didn't really go anywhere in the end, and it just ended up being another 2K. Also, speaking of 2K this year, well, we are talking about it. Che. I need to talk about this. What is up with the name Che? The story, that was the worst part of it. And the game, this is the worst part of the entire game this year, is the name Che. I get AI, DJ, frequency vibrations, or like freak, like these terrible names year after year. It's like they try and just like pick them out of hats, like of what someone born in 1961 thinks is cool. Like, no, these names are awful. And hearing Che, oh, nice boards, Che. Oh, good pass, Che. Oh, nice hustle, Che. Hey, Che. Like, shut up. Like, I'm sick of it. Like, it is the worst name. Have you ever met anyone called Che in your entire life? I haven't. What's it even short for? Chestnut? Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, what on earth is Che? What is a Che? Is it a currency form? I don't know. But I'm sick of hearing Che, and it needs to be removed completely from the game. I thought at first, I was naive. I thought at first that I accidentally selected instead of champ in the like commentary thing and the choosing your name, that I accidentally selected Che. And I was like, shit, I mixed this up. I gotta go change this. Man, the Che is everywhere, literally. And I realized, no, it's just you're literally called Che, and they call you Che everywhere you go. So I don't know. That's definitely a reason to not buy NBA 2K20. No. But like besides that, besides the short story, like it's still overall good. But yeah, I was just kind of left a little disappointed with the story. But now let's move on to the gameplay and everything. So the main thing that I'm going to talk about in this video is the park. I know most people probably play Park, My Career, and all that stuff. I don't personally play like the other game mode. I always forget what it's called. My Team. I don't really touch that. I mainly play Park and that. So that's what this is mainly based on. And I'm going to talk about some of the gameplay stuff. So I feel like overall, getting your rep overalls is it's a little too easy this year. I feel like it could be a little more challenging. Last year was kind of impossible. You just had to literally put hundreds and hundreds and thousands of hours like into just going up to like next level essentially. And it felt a little too grindy last year. This year, it feels like it's a little too easy to get to 99 overall, but in saying that, there's a whole nother level to this game that isn't just overalls, and that's the grind for badges this year. This part here, it kind of sucks that badges feel, I'm just gonna say this, they feel a little too heavily relied on. Like, you could have 95 3-point rating, have an open shot, get a full bar shot, and it's gonna miss because you don't have some sort of badge equipped to it. And there's so many different badges, and it just kind of sucks that this happens because I actually have a teammate. My 3-pointer only goes to 88 on my build, but I had a teammate that I was playing with who had 95 threes and was full barring every single time, and he was wide open and he kept missing. And then there's obviously like getting quick draw as a badge, and then there's a few other badges for shooting especially that you really need to get, and it feels like you could be a 99 rated player somehow with no badges and still suck. And I find that just a little ridiculous, that how much they value badges this year. But I guess it makes people sort of happy to go and just progress through your overall a lot quicker, because now I guess the younger crowd are going to go, oh cool, I'm a 93, I've never been a 93, I'm VIP or something along those lines, you know? And then they're going to actually play and still suck and think, oh, I'm just young and I suck. But no, son, you just don't have all the cool badges that everybody else has. You didn't equip the right ones because you probably didn't do your research. And that's the thing. You need to do your research on what badges you're going to use. So, I don't know. Overall, that part of the gameplay, it's going to be interesting to see how that advances in the future once we all figure out exactly what badges. And they're obviously going to be tweaking badges. Like, that's not going to be the same as it is now, like in, let's say, December and then in March. It's all going to slowly change over time. Now, I mentioned kids not knowing like certain badges or things like that. The next thing I'm going to talk about that is really, really, really good about this 2K, and a friend of mine told me this too, like I noticed it at first because I thought I sucked real bad, but then I actually have gotten pretty decent, like just in the last couple of days of really trying to figure out how to play this 2K to the best of my ability. And it's the skill gap this year. So if you're someone who just goes in and plays with randoms, which is me sometimes, you're not going to have a good time. Because the thing is, a lot of players out there, they play selfishly. We all know this. It's typical 2K. And they don't play basketball. They play whatever the hell 2K players. Like, they just spam awful shots. They don't pass the ball. They pass into like contested lanes, and it's just it's nonsense. And I can see a lot of people getting frustrated because they're trying to play very arcadey rather than very realistic. So if you're someone who understands basketball and you've actually got a couple of friends to play with who also understand basketball, you guys are going to destroy people. Like just today, I was playing like literally an hour ago, and 3 of us were playing. There was me, another point guard, and a center. And that center had like 1 badge. And we were playing against really cheesy players. Like you could tell these builds were cheesy, like small forward, power forward, and a center. And they were like just the way they were playing. Like in 2K19, they would have beaten us like 21 to maybe 12 at best. We would have done. And we started slow against them. But once we realized they didn't know how to play basketball, they just knew how to cheese. Well, we beat them. We ended up somehow managing to beat these guys, even though their overalls were better than us and everything like that. And I think that's a big thing in 2K20 is that you really need to understand basketball. Obviously, it comes down to also having really good builds and kind of just putting in the hours and everything like that. And I guess with putting in hours, you understand the game more. But once you understand the game and have basketball IQ, you have a great time. And I love that about 2K20 because it rewards real hoop heads like myself. Now, another thing I'm going to mention is the difference of 2K19 and 2K20. So I did mention cheesiness. So cheesiness last year was insane. You could just have yourself a stretch big and just screen, pop out, and just use screens galore. You can still kind of do that this year, but it's nowhere near as powerful as it was last year. It may change once people get all their badges and everything like that, but the game feels a lot more realistic than last year, and it's funny to see a lot of people complaining like, hey, this isn't like 2K19, I can't do what I was doing last year. Well, then you just have to adjust. So that's one of the key things. We can't just have the developers change things every single day, and I've harped on this quite a bit. You can't make them rush things every 3 days because then the game's just going to be completely broken all the time, and you can't really adjust yourself to change to a game style in 3 days, a week even. We just have to really just sit back, play this game, understand how it actually works, and expect minor changes here and there from the developers. But speaking of minor changes, something I'm sort of disappointed about, but I don't really care at the end of the day because it's just a visual thing, is the park. The park itself, the design of the place. It looks exactly the same. Today there was something, you're probably seeing it in the gameplay that I'm using. It's like a Western theme, there's some dodgeball thing going on, and they've got stuff like that planned throughout the year, which may be the reason why the park did stay the same. But that's the thing, the park, the buildings are all the same. Like 2K store is now 2K store, like shoe store, because it's not Foot Locker, the rec isn't the Jordan rec anymore. There's little things like that, but the actual architectural design of the neighborhood is literally the same. And that disappointed me when I first saw it, because I was walking around, I was like, this is the same thing. Like, what is going on? Am I playing 2K19? Did I put the right disc in? I'm actually playing digital, but you get my point. Did I click on the right icon to play the right game? I remember seeing 2K20 launch, but no, wait, is this 19? And it caught me off guard for a second. And then I realized, okay, maybe the reason for this is that it doesn't really matter that much that it changes. It's just a visual thing. And we have been blessed. We have been like, what's the word? We've been just given every single year a brand new park, and it's been this cool thing. We've been spoiled. That's the thing. And this year it's stayed the same, and we have every right to be disappointed as 2K fans. But the cool thing is they've got all these different events planned throughout the year, so hopefully that actually changes things up. And maybe they'll do the whole Fortnite. This is where I've got a crazy conspiracy in my head. Maybe they'll go for a whole Fortnite thing where the map changes or the neighborhood changes over time. But at the same time, I'm not going to get my hopes up for something like that. But overall, I'm not too disappointed with it, but it could have been better. Now, moving on to the rest of the game, because I do play some aspects of the rest of the game, but I don't play things like My Team. But even though you guys are seeing just pretty much park gameplay here, the question is it worth buying for the rest of the game? Obviously, if you play like My Team, yeah, go for it. I saw some people complaining about connection issues on My Team and just the way it plays this year. I can't give you guys that opinion because, well, I haven't played it. That's just me. I don't play it. But I think overall, 2K20 does offer quite a lot for everybody out there to play this year's game. And I'm not going to deep dive straight into everything, but I think graphically, this year's game is much better than last year because I'm using pretty much the same TV. Like, it's literally, I've just upgraded a model. So, and then I'm using the exact same monitor because I've checked it on both. But I was playing with a mate on the couch yesterday. We're just playing like the broadcast setting. We were playing 1v1, you know. He was using Phoenix. I was using Phoenix. He was using Portland. And we're just chilling there. And I was like, man, this game looks good. Especially on a 4K HDR TV. It just looks completely stunning. And I really can't wait actually to see what 2K21 will look like. And especially 2K22 on next-gen consoles. That's just going to be insane. It's just going to be breathtaking at the end of the day. And the thing is, a lot of us forget that we are playing these different game modes where it's like, I feel like the park and the rec and even my team to an extent are dumbed down graphically compared to when you play my career or you play just the regular like play now broadcast. And I think graphically this game though overall does look a whole lot better, especially if you've got an Xbox One X, that's what I'm using, or a PS4 Pro. Anyway, I feel like this video is getting really long. I've been sitting here for like 20 minutes or something recording. I'll probably cut out a bunch of crap anyway, but I could go on and on about NBA 2K20, but all I'm gonna say is, sure, this game has its issues, and hopefully they fix those with time, and it's only been a week, so we have to be patient. But is this game worth buying? As I said at the beginning, yes, I think it's worth buying NBA 2K20. So yeah, in the comments down below, let me know what you guys think of NBA 2K20 with your experience after a week of playing this game, if you've actually got it. And then also let me know what you think about it from what you've seen online, because it doesn't look positive online at all from people on social media and everything, and it's deservedly so. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the game so far in the comments, as I said. And did I forget anything? I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Oh, go to my second channel, please. Subscribe, check out the videos. I'm gonna be posting more 2K content there and real life basketball stuff. So hopefully you guys end up enjoying those videos if you are interested in those. But I'm not going to spam this channel with 2K content. I know that's not what my audience on this channel wants, but hopefully you enjoyed this video anyway. I'm just giving you guys my honest opinion. I think it's worth buying. Obviously the game has its problems at this stage in time, but I have faith in the developers that they will actually change this with due time. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. We don't want it overnight. I want the developers to actually take time, listen to the community, go back, test a few things behind closed doors, see how that actually works, and not just rush out updates every single day or something. That would just break the game. But yeah, I'm excited. I actually just want to hop on again now because I was on like a 12-game winning streak maybe. I started real slow, but then yeah, I just want to get back on 2K. I'm actually having a good time with it. It took a while to learn, but that's the thing. We all got to be patient. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.